Here are some conditioning exercises to prepare you for working towards a heel kip. Please use the ankle conditioning for heels to make sure that your heels are warmed up and strong before you attempt this tutorial. Let's get our glutes fired up because we really want to have our tailbone tucked under and our glutes really squeezing and engaged as much as possible in order to do a good kip. General rule of thumb, squeeze your glutes, tuck under as much as possible, then tuck under even more. Starting with our knees apart, we're just going to get our glutes fired up and waking up, squeezing, tucking under, pushing forward as much as we can, even more so. And let's go for 8, 7, tucking under, 6, as much as you can, 5, 4, squeeze, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's come to the pole, getting your legs from under you, lying down beside your pole, with the pole at about waist level, so just below your ribs. Inside hand on the pole, so we can gently pull down, outside hand away from our body, so not completely out to the side at 90 degrees. So from here, we're going to come into a plough position, slightly pull on the pole, gently push with your elbow and forearm coming onto your upper back. Tuck so that your knees are coming in towards your chest. From here, we're going to tuck our tailbone under, squeeze and thrust up, a big dynamic motion to get our legs parallel with the pole, toes reaching towards the ceiling. Like so, breathing out. So let's go for 10 of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Next, from here, feet parallel. We're going to come into a hip bridge using the pole. Of course, you can do them without the pole if you prefer. We're going to really tuck our tailbone under, being sure to stay onto the slopes of our shoes, squeezing the butt as high as possible and then some more so, coming onto the tops of our shoulders and then lowering. Again, we want to think of this dynamic thrusting motion as we tuck our tailbone under and get our hips as high as possible. So let's go for 10 of those also. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, squeeze as hard as you can, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Next conditioning exercise from here. Coming back into this hip bridge position, tucking our tailbone under to get our hips nice and high. Walk your feet towards you. Normally in a hip bridge, we would walk our shoulders forward. However, you want to keep your shoulders where they are so that we can keep the pole in that nice sweet spot at about waist level with your hand in front of you. You'll see why in just one moment. So coming into your hip bridge, getting your feet slightly underneath you to come onto the slopes of your shoes, then even more so. Tuck your tailbone under, squeeze like we just did to get those hips as high as possible, maintaining your tuck under. Your glutes should be really firing and working here. Ankles are engaged. From here, we're going to think about thrusting our hips as we maintain that tight tuck under. As we gently pull on the pole, gentle push from the outside hand, hips nice and high, to roll over the tops of the shoes, squeeze and push, crotch power forward to come all the way up. We want to watch out for arching our back or tilting our booty. So we really want to keep in this crotch power position. For example, if we rely on our pelvic tilt per se, what might happen is something like this, which doesn't feel very comfortable on the old knees. So remember, we want to tuck under as much as possible, for a good solid kip. If you have tight quads, place some yoga blocks just past your feet so that way you can land with your shins on your blocks to take the strain out. Now combining it all together. So, lifting those hips high. On the slopes of your shoes, walk your feet back towards you as necessary. Inside hand gently pulls, outside hand gently pushes the floor away. Tucking your tailbone under throughout. As we push, come all the way up, we're going to go back the way. Reaching that inside arm back, maintaining your tailbone tucked under so we can bring the shoulders to the ground. Gently pull on the pole, really push your hips up again to help you to get back to that hip bridge. And now let's do a set of 5. Hips nice and high, tailbone tucked under throughout, then even more so, engaging your ankles. Here we go. Push. And all the way back. Gently pushing back, hips press forward. 4 more. And back. Driving your hips up every time. Adjust your feet if you need to and position in between. 3 more to go. Tuck your tailbone under and push and lift. And back we go. Hips push every time. Last 2. We're nearly there. And back. Last time. Here we go. And back the way, nearly there. Relax. Well done.